As college students, we experience a lot of stress with papers to write, speeches to give, things like that, tests to study for. And not all of us are animal lovers, but majority of us are, and pets can be a great stress reliever, especially at finals time. For those who do not share a home with the pet, animal-assisted activities such as those held right here at IUPUI, such as just a few days ago they had the therapy dogs on campus from Love on a Leash, and students could pet them and hang out with them, and kind of a good stress reliever between finals. Further, there is scientific evidence that shows that interaction with animals can reduce stress and anxiety. Shiloh et al. In their study, Reduction of State Anxiety by Petting Animals in a Controlled Laboratory Experiment, stated that a short period of petting an animal resulted in reduced state anxiety among non-clinical individuals in a stressful situation. Interestingly, they also note that the anxiety-reducing effect of petting animals was also found to hold for hard-shelled animals like a turtle, and was not only limited to soft cuddling animals, indicating that it was the quality of something being alive rather than the texture of the object that produced the effect. Therefore, it's clear that anyone, even those who don't necessarily like animals or self-identify as animal lovers, that even those people can experience stress and receive stress-relieving benefits from the interaction with animals. Several years ago, I wanted to get into animal-assisted therapy with one of my cats, so I went through the training with Delta Society, but due to life circumstances, I was unable to become a certified handler. So today I am going to define animal-assisted therapy, also known as AAT, animal-assisted activities, AAA, and describe the populations helped by AAA and AAT. Sorry, that's my cat. And describe the different forms of AAT and AAA. So first, what are animal-assisted therapy and animal-assisted activities? According to Catherine Kruger and James Serp in Handbook on Animal-Assisted Therapy, Theoretical Foundations and Guidelines for Practice, AAT is directed and or delivered by a health human service professional with specialized expertise and within the scope of his or her profession. Key features included specified goals and objectives for each individual and measured progress. The AAT animal is part of a treatment plan for a physically or neurologically ill or disabled individual. The AAT treatment is conducted by a trained professional, such as an occupational therapist, a doctor, or a psychologist. Kruger and Serp say that animal-assisted activities provides opportunities for motivational, educational, recreational, and or therapeutic benefits to enhance quality of life. AAAs are delivered in a variety of environments by specially trained professionals, paraprofessionals, and or volunteers in association with animals that meet specific criteria. Key features include absence of specific treatment goals. Volunteers and treatment providers are not required to take detailed notes, and visit content is spontaneous. So the pet therapy thing that we had at school last week with the dogs, that is an animal-assisted activity, whereas animal-assisted therapy would be like someone helping a disabled child riding a horse to help with their actual treatment plan. AAA is not associated with medical treatment of a specific patient, and it can be conducted by a trained professional, a paraprofessional, or a volunteer. And the event on campus last week with the dogs, those were all volunteers, so they weren't doctors or trained professionals. Now that I've defined both of AAT and AAA, I'll tell you about the populations who are helped by these activities. Which populations are helped by AAT and AAA? AAT helps people with psychological or physiological disabilities. Gotta get my cat down again. Sorry. Such as someone with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or people with neurological conditions, such as someone with autism spectrum disorder. Also, people with disorders of development, such as someone with, I mixed up. Actually, a development disorder is someone on the autism spectrum. The first one, physiological, was someone with cerebral palsy. And then neurological condition would be someone with ADHD. And then also people with psychiatric conditions such as post-traumatic stress syndrome, also known as PTSD. A variety of populations are also helped by AAA. A few examples include children or adults who are learning to read, college students stressed out by finals week, which we've talked about, people such as those with severe developmental disorders, or the elderly who live in assisted living facilities. Now that I've described the populations helped by AAA and AAT, we're going to talk about a few forms of each. One is equine therapy, also known as hippotherapy, where people ride and interact with horses. It can be extremely helpful for individuals with developmental disorders such as autism and psychiatric conditions such as PTSD. It helps reduce stress and improve social skills. In Allison et al.'s public health nursing article, Adapting Animal-Assisted Therapy Trials to Prison-Based Animal Programs, it's noted that prison-based animal programs have shown promise when it comes to increased sociability, responsibility, and levels of patience for inmates who participate in these programs. One such program exists in Michigan City, Indiana, where inmates keep pet cats who have come from the local shelter. So it also helps the cats. And here are some forms of animal-assisted activities, AAA. Children or adults who are learning to read. This can happen at a library or a literacy center. The person pets the dog or cat or other animal while they're reading to them. It's actually shown that kids can improve their reading, or adults if they're learning to read. Okay, and then the stressed out college students on finals week. Handlers take the animals to campuses to interact with students. And people such as those with severe developmental disorders or the elderly who live in assisted living facilities. A handler takes the animal to interact with the residents. So in conclusion, today I've defined animal-assisted therapy, AAT, and animal-assisted activities, AAA, described the populations helped by these activities, and described different forms of both. Before I close, I realize that some of you might be highly allergic to animals and could be wondering how you could benefit from the stress-relieving properties of animals. Well, I have a possible solution: cat videos. We all know that cats rule the internet, but did you know that watching the cat videos can relieve stress? There's actually a research article about this, and I'm running out of time, so I can't go into it too much. But look it up. It's called Emotion Regulation, Procrastination, and Watching Cat Videos Online. Who watches internet cats, why, and to what effect? And it's written by Jessica Gall-Myrick. So watching videos of cats or other cute animals online is a great way for you to relieve stress without flaring up your allergies, because I know some people are very allergic. I hope that you've enjoyed learning more about the healing powers of animals and how animal-assisted therapy and animal-assisted activities can help treat physical and neurological illnesses, as well as maintain positive mental health in humans. Thank you.